got a relatively complicated passage that we're getting ready to have to do from Rota, which is just outside Cadiz in Spain, down to Gibraltar. And the issues that we have are a number of things. One of which is that the wind right now is pretty significant. This is what it's been like, blowing all night long, probably 20 to 25 here in the marina, and we suspect stronger still out in the open ocean. We also have winds. This is the type of wind that we've got blowing through the Strait of Gibraltar. And if we go out some, oops, not that far. This guy over here is driving a lot of this, and so we're seeing major weather out in the Mediterranean, and some of that is happening here around us. We're going to be going from here down to Gibraltar, down through the Strait of Gibraltar. Now this is also a very heavy shipping lane area, and here in our pilot book, our almanac for the Mediterranean of 2017 and 18, we can see that we've got tidal streams that run through. So we're trying to, we can't leave this harbor at low water, although we can arrive in Gibraltar pretty much any time we want, but we want to try to catch tidal streams that help us, because even though tidal streams against the wind will create a lot of chop, it's worse if you're trying to go upwind against the tidal stream and a 30 or 25 knot headwind. This is going to be a motor sail, to be sure. Our sails are damaged anyway from getting caught out the other night in like 30 knots of wind, and not being able to furl our main, which was the disappointing thing. The motor on our furler seized up. Be that as it may, we also have traffic separation schemes to deal with, and so our plan is to go down around the tip and stay kind of pinched between the major shipping channels and the shore, and then we also have a reservation for tomorrow. So we're looking at about a 3 a.m. departure from here in order to do that. So we're going to have to leave this marina in very windy conditions in the middle of the night, and we're not looking forward to it. But well, this is how it goes. This wind does not abate until much later in the week, and we just don't want to be stuck here for a whole bunch of days. Notice our anchor has become loose. If there's anything lucky going on right now, it's that we're going into much deeper water. I'm hoping that the period of the waves gets a little further apart, but we've been seeing 40 knot winds on the nose. Somebody issued a pon-pon a while ago, which is basically a non-emergency distress call, kind of putting themselves on record that there's a problem that they're having. And the problem almost certainly is a ton of wind and huge waves. We're just off the edge of, we're off the point of Cape Trafalgar. We're on the way to Gibraltar, and we're really not making very good speed right now. We had the tidal currents working with us before, but thank God we have an autopilot. Thank God we have an engine, and hopefully everything continues to work well.
And here it is, gusting up to 40, and seas aren't too bad, but they're short and choppy. The boat's taking a beating, and we're just going super, super slow.
Gotta love this. More fun than you should be allowed to have. Well, there's Tarifa, southern point of Spain, on the edge of the Strait of Gibraltar. You don't think there's a marina in there. There's a port, but you didn't see a whole lot of masts or anything inside. So at least nothing for sailboats. There's beautiful Wendy enjoying herself. We've had 30 plus knot winds on the nose the entire time, and it just hasn't let up. However, we're making between 5 to 5.5 knots speed over ground, and all we have to do really is make it past that point up there, and we'll actually be in Gibraltar. And according to the chart plotter, that's about 2 hours. Throughout the passage, we heard pompons, security calls on our radio. We got no less than about 5 or 6 TSC broadcasts from people who were in trouble. We wanted to document their position digitally, and it's been a rough trip. Let's just reiterate that. What's that?
A sobering experience, reminding us how strong and powerful the ocean is and how little and puny we are.
We didn't GoPro it because there was such a safety issue, but I actually harnessed into the jack lines and went up there and got that anchor cinched up. It was loose in the bow roller. I don't know how it got loose in the bow roller because it was definitely snug and tight when we left. I'm going to need to get up there and lash it down. I cannot have that thing getting any type of play in it. And we were slamming into waves and you just hear it thunking. It's probably done a lot of damage to the gel coat. I'm a little afraid to go look, but at least it's now tight. That's an important thing. When you're in heavy seas, a lot of the cruisers will even take their anchors off. I'm not a fan of doing that. I think you always want to have an anchor in an emergency. If we lost our engine right now and got blown into shore somehow, the last big effort would be to drop the hook in 10 meters of water or something and hope that it holds. But boy, that was not a lot of fun climbing out there. I know it's a little bit noisy in here, but I wanted to show you guys this. So we have a 3-knot current coming down through here against us right now. Tidal stream moving against us. But check this out. Because we're in close here, we're catching an eddy that's running backwards. And our speed over ground is actually 6.5 knots, which is excellent. Should be able to pull into Gibraltar Harbor here within the next hour, assuming we don't catch the full 3 knot that's against us. There's the pretty girl coming into Gibraltar. We have a ton of boats around, big ships, and they're all kind of in motion, so we're gonna have to pay attention to what's going on and be ready to do something if need be. This guy's new. 138 feet CPA, great. Have a 5-knot speed limit too. I'm going to try to observe that, avoid getting ticketed. Although the Guardia civil guys just went flying by on a giant rib, going about 25 knots, so I don't know. Holy cow. Kevin and Wendy took a beating today, serious beating, as I'm sure you'll have seen by now. It is now 6:30 and we are showered and ready to go to dinner. It is something that we need desperately. It's food. I have had a breakfast bar to eat today, which is bad. You know, when you're on passage and you're sailing, you want to eat. You always want to make time to eat, just even if it's something small. But you can't just go without food. It's easy to do, believe me, it really is. But yeah. So here's where we're at. We're in Marina Bay, I guess it is. I'm gonna have to check and see. I keep forgetting. But it's a new development. They've got all new buildings in this hotel casino ship, permanently moored next door. And there's the Rock of Gibraltar.